Hello everybody, my name is Khaled Siddiqui, and in this video I'm going to review Palm Gimbal camera, which is one of these. They just came out with these, and this one is a model YTX-J03FM. The product was made in China, and this production date is February of 2020. So hopefully I'm gonna like it. So let's see. It's called FIMI Palm Gimbal Camera Color Black. That's what it says. That's what's written in the box. Okay, so this camera came. I already opened it, by the way. So it came just like this. The camera itself, and then you open another layer. You get the USB cable, and another layer. You get the humidity absorbent and manual. That's all you get. You don't get anything else. You don't get a microphone. You don't get a wall charger. The microphone is sold separately. The wall charger is sold separately. And all these things over here are sold separately. Actually, right here. These are what's included. This is what's sold separately. The base, charging base, is sold separately. And the SD card, obviously, I wasn't expecting to get an SD card. It's sold separately. And yeah, basically that's what it is. So the instructions manual is not so clear and not so good. It's written very, I should say, like, it doesn't explain a lot of things. It doesn't explain how to use the software, how to use the camera. It just tells you how to, what each parts are. Like it tells you, well, this is the screen, this is the power and shutter button, this is the 5-way joystick button, this is. It doesn't even come with a little strap for which they made an indentation here to put a strap, hand strap, so the camera doesn't fall. It doesn't come with the strap, so you have to buy that separately. So yeah, so the instructions I didn't like. Now I'm gonna tell you what I did and what I didn't like about the camera itself. First of all, the protective covering right here I didn't like, because it's too hard on the gimbal mechanism. As you know, gimbals are very, very sensitive, and they could be easily off alignment with pressure or anything to that nature. Now this puppy is so hard to remove that you literally have to force it out. And so I'm not going to be using this. As a matter of fact, I'm probably better off to leave the camera without the gimbal protectant than with it, because it's not good. Now let's talk about the power. First, I had to charge it. You have to charge it for like 4 hours or so for the first time. You have to charge it off of a USB port. I have a 2 amp charger, which is okay. 2.4 amp is maximum. And this is a USB 3, USB-C they call it, which is goes right here and charges it like that. So let's turn this on. Okay. So it's preparing the SD card. Okay, so what I didn't like about this camera, let me zoom in a little bit with this camera so I could show you what I did not like. So what I didn't like about this camera is the responsiveness of the LCD screen. Now, if you're used to a GoPro or an iPhone, you get a different feel of response than you get from this guy. To go to the settings, you tap the screen. See, you have to do it again. There you go. You have to slide it down. This is the gimbal setting. It's set to follow, and you can change that. This is the multi-frame setting, camera settings, and the gimbal settings, which option you want to choose, and the system settings. And the responsiveness is not so good. And then this is the brightness, you know, you have three brightness settings. That's dark, that's the medium, that's the bright. So I'm gonna go to dark to save battery. And this is the display. The display is small or big, you need to choose. And this is the Wi-Fi if you want to connect to the Wi-Fi. I'm not into connecting to the Wi-Fi, so I'm gonna leave that aside. And this is the lock in and on and off. So right now the screen is locked. To unlock it, you press this and slide your hand this way to unlock it. This is the setting. So you click there to change the ISO, and this is the white balance. Currently it's at 2000K. That's color temperature. Again, the ISO, white balance, different types of settings. And to change it, you drag your hand across the bars underneath, and you see the color temperature changes, the ISO changes, whatever you want to change. And if you choose auto, it's automatic. It goes back to automatic based on the light level. And let's change the frames per the resolution. So this is 4K. This is 2.7K at 60 frames per second. So it has that option. You have 2.7K at 30 frames per second. You have 1080p at 60, 1080p at 30 frames, and 30 frames low resolution. And on the left, you slide to choose picture quality and mic. Microphone level could be high, low, or mute. I like it to be on high. And picture quality, color is natural or F-Log, and you can change that too. And that's picture quality right there. The second one, which you could choose fine or super fine. I like the super fine, and that's what I'm going to choose. So obviously you want to choose super fine. Okay. Now we're going to press this. We chose that already. The battery life, I wasn't impressed because see, it doesn't fully charge. There's still a little bar, and this was sitting for a very long time. For some reason, the battery does not fully charge. Don't ask me why. Okay. What I didn't like about this camera is the joystick. The joystick's responsiveness, the touchscreen responsiveness, is not so impressive. So if I want to bring the camera to video myself, so I should be doing this. See, it's not moving. It should be, but it's not. So I have to hold it this way. Hold it this way to move. And then you have to go this way because that's direction already reached its maximum angle. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see better. Okay, so now let's say I want to record my face. I have to push this joystick down. And there I am with my green screen on the back. See that? Okay, now this is a small lens, and it has a fisheye lens effect on the edges. You know, the fisheye lens effect is that the objects get stretched out at the edges. That's because it's a cheaper lens. I mean, this is no professional camera. You know, it's a little, stabilization camera with 4K capability, and the 4K capability wasn't too impressive because I also have a GoPro, and you get a lot better 4K quality on your GoPro than you do with this, even though both claim to be 4K. But yeah, this is a fact. This is a reality. I mean, this claims to be a 4K, but it doesn't even work nearly as good as a GoPro. Not to mention the GoPro screen responsiveness is much better. So I turned on my GoPro to show you the screen responsiveness compared to this one. So as you can see with a GoPro, the screen responsiveness is much better. You could get your, choose your hand as it moves. The responsiveness is so smooth, very similar to an iPhone. Still not quite as good as an iPhone, because an iPhone is an iPhone. There's nothing that comes close to it when it comes to responsiveness. And then you have, resolution that you can choose. All these settings, a single touch will give you a good responsiveness with your hand, and that is not the case with with this new little gadget, with this guy. You don't have that very active responsiveness. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on. When you turn it on, you have to keep it level so the gimbal could level itself. So yeah, you have to keep it level when you first turn it on. There it is. Let's make it turn around. Okay, so now I'm going to record with this and show you how the recording works. I'm going to record. Okay, so now it's recording and I'm moving it. So the gimbal responsiveness is okay, it's not bad. As you can see, the gimbal is holding steady. All right, so let's. I'm gonna put the recording and show it to you. So this will take without the vibration. I want to make sure it doesn't have any vibration as I walk around. Basically, I don't want the thing to go crazy on me and vibrate. I just noticed a problem that as my head approaches the corners, it gets stretched. Look, let me take my hat. Look. So the image gets stretched as you reach the corner. You see? No, it doesn't. Like, oh yeah, see how my head gets stretched. That's a lens issue, because I mean, this is not a $2,000 camera, so what do you expect? It's a couple of $100 camera. Well, of course, it's not gonna have the best lens. You hear me? But I think I'm gonna jog. I'm jogging right now. I'm jogging at home and see how my video will come. All right. So time to play. So okay, I turned it back off. So overall, I would give this a. I'm not gonna give it an A. I'm gonna give it a B minus, because I did record earlier and the image quality it didn't look like a 4K image. And honestly, it didn't look like 4K. And I'm using one of the best quality SD cards. Let me turn this off and show you the SD card that I'm using. This is like the best type of SD card, like professional, at 90 megabytes per second write and 100 megabytes per second read. To be exact, this is the SD card I'm using. 90 megabytes per second write speed and 100 read speed. I bought these from Amazon. They're very nice. I'm using the same SD card here and still get much better image quality on that one. I just wanted to add one more thing to this camera. The connectivity with the smartphone is not so good. It gets connected and then it gets disconnected. See how it got disconnected? So there, it's I think this design needs a lot of improvement. Supposedly there is an app that you can control the camera with, and you have to enter the password to get connected to that app. So I did that. You have to go to your Wi-Fi in the settings, and you have to choose from the Wi-Fi. You have to choose Palm, and I did that, and here I am. It's not working. Yeah, I don't know. So see, now it worked for a second. It got frozen again. Nothing, frozen. And the thing gets pretty warm. I mean, to the touch, it's pretty warm. So I think this needs a lot of improvement. It wasn't quite ready to be released. They tried to compete with the DJI, but the DJI Palm Pocket, DJI Pocket, Cosmeo Pocket, but it's not as good. All right, I thought I should mention that because before I didn't connect the Wi-Fi. So yeah, I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed, to put it nicely. So if you, I mean, let's not forget this is a cheap camera within $200. It's a great buy, but don't expect anything amazing from this thing. Image quality is not that great. It doesn't look like a 4K image. It barely looks like a 1080p image, if that. Where this one does have a true 4K image, and basically there's no exaggeration or anything when it comes to image quality and whatnot. So my recommendation, my review for this puppy is, if your budget is low and you must have a camera with a gimbal, go for it. But if you could afford something better, I would spend a few more dollars and get something good. That's where my recommendations are. So yeah, I appreciate you watching this, and I hope you like and subscribe this review. Thank you.